So welcome everyone. Looks like we have our Avery, our student of the month on. Oh, and Ken Riley, that's the first time I've seen you on these calls. You might have been here, but I just didn't see you. And I see Noemi's on. So welcome everyone. Does anyone have a Rotary moment they would like to share? No? It's okay if we
Julie,
don't. Go ahead.
Julie, I'll do a Rotary moment.
Okay.
We had a remarkable week since last Thursday with the Lincoln County Foundation. And a big part of the reason the Lincoln County Foundation exists is because our Newport Rotary Club. So I'd like to let the rest of the club know what kind of a week we've had. And John Zagel has agreed to take on the role of an executive director with our Lincoln County Foundation. So now besides Richard O'Hearn, Julie Hanrahan, myself, and we add John to the fray, we're getting to be quite a Rotary organization also. And our scholarship season is quite remarkable. We're coming up very, very close to giving $200,000 to our kids this year from the Lincoln County Foundation Scholarship Funds. So just a remarkable year, and thank you, Rotary, for being a part and the inspiration behind all that.
Well, thank you for doing that. That's a good Rotary moment. Can let them know how many, so we're not, and we're really excited to have John aboard. His experience with the schools already. He didn't need another job, but we gave him another job anyway.
Thanks, Julie.
Yeah, and he agreed to do it. He's gonna be amazing at it. But so far today, Keith, you don't have all the scholarships on there, but tell them the total that you have already that we're giving away for youth in our community.
Okay, we got 132 scholarships and $193,500 as of this moment. I know there's more coming in yet today.
And that's all for youth in Newport, Waldport, Lincoln City, Toledo to use for higher education and some trade schools. And it's all through donations from local people in our community. It's pretty amazing that we do this and that this community supports it. So I'm very proud to be happy or be part of it, and I'm extra proud that John's going to be taking over a lot of my duties.
Julie, this is Catherine. May I ask a question of either John or Keith?
Sure.
We OCCA are handling the Ann Davis scholarship through the Lincoln County Foundation, and I'm working with Dawn. What is the deadline when we have to get you our response of what, because there were several applications, and or if someone would just call me about it. I don't want to use Rotary time on that.
You mean for student scholarships?
That's correct. There's an Ann Davis scholarship.
Yep, get it to me as soon as you can. The deadline was probably yesterday, but that's fine. We still got time.
Thank you.
Okay, so moving on, I don't think we have any other visitors besides our students of the month that I do. Oh, we do. We have Nathan Perry on. Welcome, Nathan, from Salvation Army.
It's good to see everyone.
It's good to see you. Did you want to very quickly talk about the use, because I know you talked a little bit at the board, to the board about what the $1,000 will be used for. Do you want to just kind of summarize that quickly for the rest of the group?
Of course. So thank you to Rotary for donating $1,000 to the Salvation Army here in Newport. That will be used exclusively for utility support for people locally who are displaced by COVID. And so we're excited to apply that here. And it's just so badly needed right now. We were just granted $20,000 from the Oregon Community Foundation, which has been matched by a local donor, to do the same thing. So it is wonderful. And we are expanding our food pantry here. And so this is another Rotary moment. Thank you to Julie and for Columbia Bank for donating racks for our food pantry. We expect to serve over 100 food boxes a week just from our location. So thank you, everyone. I really do appreciate it.
Hey, Nathan, it's Doretta. Were you able to find a location? Because the one I suggested, they're not able to accommodate you.
We decided to just proceed from our building. We've been working out kind of doing some rooms to accommodate the expanded food pantry, and so we're just going to do it right from our building because we've got a gravel road that's right beside that will be good for traffic flow. Thank you though for checking on that.
So sorry I didn't get back to you sooner. I just learned.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Thank you everyone for all of your hard work.
Okay, thank you, Nathan. So
Yeah,
just
thank
a
you.
quick announcement that we are setting up a meeting for next week for the committee to meet to talk about the banquet. I know Best Western's provided some options. We won't go into that today, but once the committee meets, then we will let the rest of you know. And then next I'll go to Bob to see if anyone has any happy butts. Bob, you're muted. There you are. There you are.
$5, Mark.
John, can you unmute him?
Yep, he's unmuted.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Bob.
Bye, Bob.
Hello.
Anybody got
Hello,
any
Bob.
happy dollars? I know Mark has a happy dollar.
My doorbell went up. Here, I got a happy dollar. I'm happy.
Yeah, okay. You want to tell us why you're so happy?
I'm so happy.
He doesn't know why he's happy.
Yeah, I just. I think
He gets to Zoom with his wife.
Yeah. I think it's an increased wine consumption. It probably makes me so happy, Bob.
He's happy that his hair's growing.
Yeah. All right. We'll settle for $1 for Mark then.
Okay.
Anybody else got a happy dollar? Somebody must have done something happy this last weekend.
Well, Dave Peter isn't effectively online, but dear Dave has a big birthday coming up here in about less than a week. So
Oh my God.
don't forget to get Dave, right? Jot that down.
Oh yeah. We'll get Dave then next week.
Yep.
Hey, does anyone know what Kate had to say today?
We're reopening tomorrow.
Oh, we are.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a happy buck. I'll put in $5 on that. I'm super happy.
Well, if you just happen to swing by where you know I'm going to be, I'll buy that drink for you.
All right.
Well, good. I'm happy now too. I'll throw $1 in. Okay.
28
Rob?
counties were approved.
Bob, I got a happy dollar.
All right. What's your happy? That's a beautiful view you got behind you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah, I worked real
there's
hard
a
to
thing
get
of
that.
beauty too.
I'm going to give $100 to the Newport Rotary Trust Fund for the scholarships. It's just a great thing to be a part of, and we're so close that I thought giving it through the Rotary would be the best way. So $100 to the Rotary Scholarship Fund.
Yay for Keith. Yeah,
Thank you.
good work. Well, thank you. Anybody else? Julie, I'm afraid I got to turn it back over to you. I'm sorry, the rest of the members, but
You'll be so sad when you can't insult me anymore. It's only 2 months to go, and maybe I'll get some self-esteem back.
I doubt it. I really doubt it. You've set your goals way too high.
So, Raina, I'm going to turn it over to you to introduce our students of the month.
Thank you. And students, I didn't ask who wanted to go first, but I'm looking at Ethan, so I'm going to have you go first. So Ethan Shreve is the son of Kevin Shreve of Newport. He's taking an incredible load of IB courses, is an avid tutor, and has been involved in theater. And he has a 3.96 cumulative GPA. So please welcome Ethan Shreve.
Hello. All right, so I'm Ethan Shreve. So yeah, I'm a senior. So I guess I'll just start with passions in school. So I mean, in school I've been very passionate about like math and science. Those are my two strong subjects. I love them. I think they're really fun subjects to learn about, and history as well. Like as I go through history class, I just think it's fascinating just to learn about the historical context of our world and everything in our country. And then theater is another passion that I have. It's actually, I did theater last year, started last year in junior year, and it's a new thing for me, but I've like grown to love it, and it's been a great experience. So some passions outside of school. So I'm a very like avid tennis player. I love playing tennis. The bummer part is that here in Newport there is no tennis team, but I do still love to go out and play tennis. I also love doing oil pastel art. So this is kind of like a little hobby that I do every now and then, is just do some little art here and there. And then I love reading books, specifically fantasy, Rick Riordan. And then some more about me, so like a personal story. So like my personal story is I have 6 siblings. So I'm the second youngest. I have 5 older siblings. I have a little sister and 3 older brothers and then 2 older sisters. My parents are divorced. So my mom lives in Idaho and then my dad, I live with my dad here. So I lived in Idaho actually for 14 years. So that's where I first lived. And then I moved to California for 2 years, which I experienced my first 2 years of high school. And then I moved to Newport. And it's been a blast so far. I love Newport. Some goals after high school. So I plan on attending BYU. Actually, I'm wearing a shirt, Brigham Young University, for a semester or a year. And then I will actually go on a 2-year mission, LDS mission for my church. And then afterwards, I will then go back to BYU. I plan on studying microbiology and or some other sort of major into sciences, get involved into dentistry, and then eventually specialize into orthodontics. So that's my end goal, is to be an orthodontist. So it's the goal that I've had since 6th grade. So we'll see how I do, but I'm actually kind of excited. And then some dreams. I mean, these dreams are kind of like ones that I always thought about, just ones that I've kind of wanted to get just to do, just because it'll be really fun. I guess was like skydiving. I've never done skydiving. I think it'd be really fun to do. And then like scuba diving, and then visit Europe, specifically France. Just some fun stuff. I'm like, I don't have to get it done. I don't have to do it, but it's just some dreams. I'm like, hey, if I get there, I get there, and it'll be a blast. So people who have helped me to get where I am right now have specifically been like my parents and my siblings. So my older siblings have been very supportive in all that I do. So to get some context, all my older siblings are really into basketball and are super athletic and all that stuff. But when I started theater, they were like, "Oh, that's cool! Like you're doing something new," and it just was very supportive. It was very cool. My parents have always been there, and I am who I am because of them. So it's been great. And then my friends as well have also been very supportive, and I make great friends everywhere I go: California, Idaho, Newport, Oregon. So it's been awesome. And then my teachers. So I've had 2 specific teachers that I think have really made an impact in my life. Specifically, my 7th and 8th grade math teacher, Mrs. Harris. So she was in Idaho. She's been we were really tight, and she was super helpful in my life, just outside of school, and she was just there for me. And it was a time when I needed someone, and she was there, and it was really cool. And then also in Newport, so Mrs. Hannah, so she's my theater teacher. And she and we've actually gone really a good relationship, and she's helped me a lot as well outside of school. And it's just been, without them, I don't think I would be where I'm at, and I wouldn't have the experiences that I would have. So, thank you.
Thank you, Ethan. That's wonderful. What made you want to be an orthodontist?
So my grandpa's an orthodontist. He's a retired one, and then 3 of my uncles are all into dentistry, actually 4. So it's kind of a family thing. And then also it's just kind of something like, it kind of seems interesting. I'm kind of fascinated by it, but yeah.
Well, good for you. Thank you. So Raina, would you like to introduce the next student of the month?
I would. Our next student of the month is Avery Osborne. She's the daughter of Michelle Thompson of Newport and Patrick Osborne. She also is taking a lot of IB courses, has a 3.88 GPA, and has been involved in track. Please welcome Avery Osborne.
I really liked Ethan's candid speech approach. However, I get really nervous and tend to forget things. So I wrote one on my computer, and I'll be using that today. So, as Matson said, my name is Avery Osborne. I'm really passionate about language and science. I've been studying Spanish for 5 years now, and I recently started learning French. My grandma lives part-time in Guadalajara, and I really enjoy speaking Spanish down there and learning little dialect changes from the locals. I'm also a huge fan of scientific documentaries, and I'm specifically interested in the health sciences. I will be attending Milwaukee School of Engineering in the fall for their 4-year BSN program because I want to work in research nursing for type 1 diabetes. My mom is a type 1 diabetic, and as a child, I was in a research study for type 1 diabetes to try and slow the onset of it because I have the genetic markers myself. And working with those nurses is what really got me interested in becoming a nurse. However, if I decide I don't enjoy the interpersonal aspect of nursing, MSOE has a biomedical engineering program, and I would love to work on creating a continuous glucose monitor that functions like a real pancreas, because the current continuous glucose monitor from Dexcom has some flaws that doesn't really make it a ton useful. Outside of school, I love skiing, rock climbing, dancing, and distance running. If it weren't for COVID-19, I would have been closing my 15th year of dancing with Nancy Middleman, my second mother, as I call her. Dance has been a huge part of my life, and I had planned to pursue a professional career after an internship with Northwest Dance Project a summer ago, before I decided on nursing instead. I was also an assistant dance teacher for kids aged 3 to 5 and 9 to 11, which is one of my favorite things I've done. It was really special to give back what I experienced many years ago and create a safe place for kids to come learn to dance and feel cared for. I will also be a part of the MSOE dance team this fall. Besides dance, I recently discovered my love for distance running and did the 52-mile Civil War relay with some of the fabulous girls from cross country. I ended up doing exactly 13.1 miles, and it got me thinking, if I can do 13.1, what about 26.2? Because of my love for running and all things outdoors, my dream is to do a 100-mile race and live in Alaska, where I can ski in the winter and rock climb in the summer. I'm also just obsessed with Alaska, but that's besides the point. I have a lot of energy and a lot of passions I want to pursue. However, I haven't always been this way. I was hospitalized for anorexia my sophomore year. There's nothing like spending Christmas in a hospital instead of with your family to make you want to get better. While I said I would be lying if I said I didn't have bad days. Anyone who knew me sophomore year could tell you I'm a whole different person now. Even though I will likely never be free from this illness, I have learned to mitigate my symptoms the best I can and live regardless. When you're released from treatment, you get to put your hand in paint and stamp it on the wall, and you can write something underneath. I chose to write the word liberated. So everything I do now with the mindset that if I can liberate myself from anorexia, I can basically do anything. Because in my mind, nothing is more painful than starving yourself to death. Not running a half marathon, and nothing medical school can throw at me. I usually don't call myself this, but I am a survivor, and that's what leads me to be able to think that I can pursue anything that I really want to. And coming full circle to the person who gave me the gift of what it feels like to be alive, and was also there for me through everything, I have Nancy Middleman to thank for everything. It is impossible to put into words what she has done for me and what she means to me. I can only hope that everyone has a Nancy in their lives. Thank you guys very much for having me.
Thank you so much. Our students of the month are always amazing, and you too did not disappoint us. So when you, normally we present you a plaque in person, a certificate, and then a card, which Raina will be facilitating getting to you. And then to honor you as student of the month, we will be vaccinating 50 children against polio in each of your names. Rotary continues to fight polio in the world, so that's really important to us. But thank you for talking with us today, and good luck in all your future endeavors.
Basically for everybody, and I'm really proud of Rotary. And Julie, thank you. You've done a great job as president this year. We've maintained our giving and really focused on kids. We've done a tremendous amount of good for kids in the community. And I'm proud of the Rotarians that have brought projects and needs to the board that we've all agreed on. These are things that we needed to address and help out and take care of. So I think Newport Rotary Club has done an amazing job this year in getting money where it was really needed, especially for kids in the community, which is, there just shouldn't ever be needs for kids. But I think you've done a great job as a club in in getting that taken care of this year. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, we should be proud of that, all the work that we do. One thing, and Kathy is, so am I correct on it, 6,600 per exchange student?
It's pretty close. If I'm a little out of the loop on that. Amy's been taking care of the monies on that, but that sounds about right. I believe we're at about $5,300 or $5,400 to send someone out. And we cover that. And then of course we have the monthly fees for the inbounds and also, you know, a donation to the host families for having the kids. So yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
And by the way, our exchange student this year, I know she's on board. I hope she can hear me, but she's just absolutely been amazing. And what a good spirit she's had about hanging in there with us. And this was not how this was supposed to go, but she's really, really represented very well for Newport Rotary Club.
Yeah, she's
Thank you. Thank you.
We don't want you to ever go home. I feel like you're part of our family. So yeah.
Julie, is this appropriate for Freddie to tell the total dollar amount of the scholarships too? I didn't see that list that on your finances of how much the Rotary Club gave for scholarships this year.
7,000. Yeah, it was
Okay.
on there. 7,000. We usually
Pay
do.
better attention.
What is on that, every year, it's just been in the budget to do $4,000, and it was usually $1,000 for $1,000 ones. Well, in the past few years, there's been so many amazing kids that the committee has brought to the board, hey, we can't just give 4, can we do 7? And I think the last 2 or 3 years we've done that. And we've taken it out of that $70,000 fund. So anyway, anything else? Do you guys realize that we deal with that much money before you saw that? I don't.
Julie, can you hear me?
I can.
Don't forget the cookbooks from the Tropical. The Tropical donated those books.
Where did that money get put?
There's no money yet. There's cookbooks.
Oh.
But
oh, okay. So
Make the people that said they want them, they should pay for them.
Is this the first round of cookbooks or the second round of cookbooks?
This is round 2 of the cookbooks.
Okay.
Round 2.
I think Julie agreed to take 6, didn't she?
I thought she said 6.
I got one already, and I paid for it on the first round.
But just as a note too, could we write something to the Tropical thanking them for the donation?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I have Rotary thank you cards. I'll bring some to the meeting. Well, if we ever have a meeting.
Yeah, that's a great idea. So Bob, how many more cookbooks do we have?
12.
You know what? Do you think, I mean, it's a really popular place. And I think around here, a lot of people have heard about it. Would it be worth trying to put in the paper that we're raffling these off? Do you think we would? Or no?
It could go on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
We could all share it.
I mean, to be honest with you, I had mine on Saturday night out on my table, and I had people invite themselves over. It was only 2, and we socially distanced out by our fire pit. I swear to God.
Yeah,
No
I
one
heard about that
touched each
neighborhood.
other. Yeah. No one touched anything, and they took it with them when they left. So I think there is interest in of other people that may want them. So maybe we need to think of ways to get that out there for them. So just a thought. Facebook page is a good idea, Kathy.
We'll
So
probably have to get another one now.
yeah.
So Bob, are these additional copies other than what were raffled off at the meeting?
Yes.
Yes.
How much is it?
Well, it's
Well-
whatever you'll pay. Bob soaked me for $250.
Yeah, that's what the first round people, we all paid the same amount. It was like $225 or $2 something.
Hang.
They were
$20 a piece.
Spendy
I
cookbook.
think it was 225 is my recollection. Something
Yeah,
like
it was. It
What do
was.
they sell for, Bob?
Say that
Besides,
again.
I know they're priceless, but what do they sell for?
Are you sitting down?
Yeah.
All right, everyone that bought one, plug their ears.
Okay.
48.
Wow. But it was a
I mean,
fundraiser for Rotary.
They're
Our intentions were good.
Yeah.
Okay, so 48. So anything above and beyond 48 would be,
Well, they donated them. This time, the first time they didn't, second time they did.
Yeah.
still.
And they're hardbound, thick cookbooks.
Really
You know,
nice.
really nice. They're okay. Well, thank you. That's another fundraiser. And did you have a second part to that, Bob? I thought you were saying something else on finances, or was that it?
That was it.
Okay. Anybody else?
I just,
Well, I have a comment.
Okay.
I was just thinking, since we aren't paying for our meals, those of us who have not purchased a cookbook yet might come up with a price that we could get a book for maybe around like 200 or something.
Oh, good idea.
Good idea.
Good.
And
Put
all
me
the
down
people,
for one.
the Rotarians that ordered one on the second go around, they should be in the $200 range too, I would think.
I think that's fair.
Are we talking 200 a book?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we want to earmark where that money goes?
You know, at this point, I mean, it would be nice to replenish just our general fund since we've spent a lot of this in donations. I mean, the other board, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but we've done those donations like Foster Parent Association, Patient Support Fund. We've done all of those out of our general fund.
I think the money should go there again. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Sounds good.
So Ursula, you had something you wanted to say?
yeah, I was just going to say, I want to make sure we know who's going to be sending the thank you card. And I don't know if Kathy, you were volunteering to do that. If not, I'm happy to do it, but I would just need to know who to address it to. So if I just get the name of the person and the mailing address.
Well, if you bought a cookbook, you'd see their names.
This is like the chicken and the egg.
Is the address there too? She needs to know where to send it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have my hand up.
Oh, just chime right in.
I have my hand up.
Jim Wendell, would you like to talk?
Do we have a quorum?
Now? No, I don't think so.
I think we do.
Oh, we have 38 people on here? Yeah, I think
Is this a good time to acknowledge Bob Weiner as being a voting board member?
Yeah, he's never voted on
Budget,
it.
it looks like he collects about 5% a year on our budget and he can't vote.
No, he is a voting member, Jim.
on the board.
The sergeant at arms is on the board and a voting member. He chooses not to come to the meeting. So there.
Now that's news. That is news. Bob, you better go to the meetings. I need you.
I've been told all along I couldn't. But
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We're a vote by mail state, so just send your vote in, Bob.
So speaking of the board, I'll let Freddie talk a little bit because he's now building his board for next year. And I know as John Zagel and Richard move up, John's position would probably be open. So Freddie, do you have anything you want to say to that at this point?
Yeah, I think we need to get those filled pretty soon. If anyone's real tech savvy and can kind of do what John's been doing, let me know. It'd be great to find someone for that as soon as we can.
Are all the other positions filled already or not?
I think pretty much. I'll reach out and see if people that have been filling some are comfortable keep continuing, and we'll get that lined up here before the next meeting for sure.
Okay. Okay, what time is it? Is it time to go? 12:53. We got lots of time.
Hey, Julie. if I could remind everyone again. Now, did I hear that Salvation Army is doing utility support for people?
That's right. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to let you know, this would probably be helpful for you since you have people coming to you for that. And anybody else who wants to share it out. But Central Lincoln PUD is offering 1 month's utility bill to be paid for those that have gone on unemployment due to COVID-19. That is the one stipulation, they need to be on unemployment. But all they have to do if they're a customer within our district, and we're all the way up to Lincoln Beach and down to Coos Bay, if they just go to clpud.org, and all they have to do is supply information about having been accepted for receiving unemployment, they can get 1 month of their electric bill paid, up to $200 one time. And if you have any questions on that, you can reach out to me or send a note to John. He can forward that to me.
Okay. So Jim Wendell, you have your PPE yet so you can open?
No, I don't.
I'm sorry.
It's still on back order, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
Don't call me, I'll call you.
Okay. Noemi, is there anything you would like to say?
Hi. I just wanted to know if there are anything that I can do for helping you. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what you can do. Maybe we'll keep you posted on the banquet because you'll still be here, you know, when that committee comes up with what we can do. So perhaps you can help us.
It can be great, yeah.
Yeah, with that. On the 28th, you're going to be doing our program, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that'll be great.
This is when you should do it.
Okay, anyone else have anything to say or comments, questions?
I'm tired of making my own breakfast. It would be cool if Noemi did crepe delivery.
Oh, it can be great, yeah.
Just don't forget the 4-way test, Julie.
I won't, but first we have to do, Mark, are you doing Jim Graham's duties again?
No, Jim's on board.
Oh, is he? I don't see him. Jim, are you on a line where you don't sound like you've been drinking again? Are you sure?
I think
Yeah.
you just
I've been chatting with him on the side.
Well, tell him to pay attention because he's up. Yep, they're there, Jim and Sonia. Well, I'll go to the Zagel Award then.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm actually ready. So couple things first. Just remember that this video will be on YouTube. The Students of the Month will be on our YouTube channel, except I'm going to edit out the budget part. I don't want that to go out publicly, but I will edit out the budget part. But that everything's on YouTube, and it's a good way to get makeups if you need. And Freddie, I'd like to still do the PR stuff. I'm not done yet. So if I could do it one more year, I'd like to do it one more year.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
here's the thing, only if you train someone else to do it during that year.
Okay, Jim Wendell, I'm going to train Jim.
Because what happens is you'll end up like Freddie a few years ago and he had 3 jobs on there.
All right.
You got to train somebody.
Okay.
Keeps us out of trouble, that's all
That's
right.
my last official word as president is lecturing you.
I'm used to that. And then the winner of the social media award it's for $10, Diane Nelson.
Yay. Okay, Jim Graham, are you there?
He's saying, yeah, his phone is muted and he can't get it to unmute.
Okay, so I guess we'll just hear
Well, he can let everybody know by chat on who won what.
Okay, chat to us, Jim. let's see. It says,
35 members present.
yeah, 35 members present. That's all. Members incentive went to Doug Hunt, and he's not here.
Even when he's not here, he wins. He wins.
I know, he wins every stinking time. And he does it chamber too. And 50-50 drawing is Keith Nelson, $37. Okay.
Let's go that money to Noemi's program, Noemi's end of the year thing.
Can I talk to John?
Oh, she didn't have her trip, does she?
No, she doesn't.
All right.
Can I talk to John Zagel?
Sure.
John Zagel, I have a flip phone. I can't do your job.
Yes, he can't do that job.
All right. We'll get someone else.
Okay. So, Catherine, would you like to lead us in the four-way test?
Okay, I'm unmuted here. Sure, let's do it. I don't have anything to hold up. Does someone?
Freddie, can you hold up your sign?
Yeah, I've got some new props. I've got a bored teenager at home, so how's that? I can use these.
Okay.
Okay. The things that we think, say, and do. Number 1.
Is it the truth?
Number 2. Is it
fair to all
concerned?
Number 3. Will it
build
goodwill
and
friendships?
Number 4.
Is it beneficial
to all concerned?
And number 5.
Is it
fun?
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, guys.
Good seeing everybody. Have a good weekend.
Everybody.